Hello farmers, welcome back to East Vineland, taking care of our little grass field here. Want to make sure I get this wrapped up as soon as I can because it takes 3 months to ferment, which means January, which is our time to sell silage. And the sooner I get it done, the sooner it'll be ready when January rolls around. So I want to get this done. Really didn't do anything in between episodes, just doing some farm managing kind of stuff, just looking at some things. And trying to figure out what I wanted to do today, and I have a plan. I shouldn't say I didn't do anything in between episodes. I did 3 fertilizing contracts just a little while ago. Haven't collected on them yet, so the money is going to go up here nicely in just a little while. I got to remember to slow down once in a while, or Francine's going to have a hard time keeping track where I've been. So I'm going to give her a little time to catch on up here. Where is she? So she's looping around. She's got to go that way and then that way. I can't get too far ahead of her, or she loses her points of where she needs to travel. So while we're waiting for her to catch up here just a little bit, let's go into the contracts. No, I said contracts. Yeah, I got a lot of contracts accepted. We'll get to that in just a moment. Fertilizing field 81 for 6,800. Yeah, I want to collect on that and collect on a $2,719 contract and a $2,718 contract. Any more fertilizing contracts come up? Now, a lot of harvesting contracts are there. All the good paying ones you see are going to be for sugar beet or potato. There's a plowing contract that this came up as well. That wasn't there a few seconds ago. But yeah, we got some harvesting contracts because we're going to be buying the corn/sunflower header for our combine today. And we're going to get our money back on it pretty quickly here. 13, 20, we'll just say like $35,000, $40,000 worth of contracts. So buying a header for $130,000 may seem expensive right to begin. But without that header, I wouldn't be able to do those contracts. Well, I could. I could lease equipment on one of the contracts and get it done. But you know what? We're gonna need that header anyways. So might as well go ahead and get it now and get some work done. And I also got to find out, and I kind of tested it a little while ago on my test map for East Vineland, if our combine can run that header with the 790 engine in it. So it seemed like it could, but I didn't run any crop through it when I did. So we're going to find out here very shortly if I need to upgrade the engine in the combine or not. And let's go ahead and move these silage bales out of my way just a little bit. Those are now fermenting. And yeah, the 3 grass fields that we've been doing for the most part, all 3 are requesting hay. And I'm not doing hay contracts. Just don't feel like doing it. I mean, the money is good, but to me it's just too much work for me to do currently. So I'm not interested in it. I could be doing some other things that I would have more fun doing. I could set up a lot of equipment to mow it, ted it, windrow it, bale it, and we'd be good to go. But we're just going to go ahead and take care of our own fields and then do some work in some other fields. Oh, I did not check who owns this field today. That's the name of the game that I'm kind of doing. Farmlands 138. It's actually Adrian Hooper or Hopper. I'm going to say it's Hooper. And I got a 10% discount with them, so that's not too bad. Maybe they'll want to do some more contracts. Might be doing a contract for them today. I might get a bigger discount. Although after I buy the header, I'm not going to have that much money to be able to buy a field. At least I don't think so. Because I'm going to be left with about $160,000 after I get done buying the header. I also got to make a couple passes here. Oh, that's right. We do got some straw bales to sell because of the harvesting. I may have to go around and help Francine. I'm making some tight corners here, and she might not be able to pick up all the grass doing that. I could get somewhere around 15-20 grand for the straw bales that we have. Actually, no, I don't have that many straw bales. I'll probably get $10,000 worth of straw off the fields. Let Francine go first. Don't want to get in her way. And all the soybeans we harvested, that is currently being taken care of in the fuel refinery, making some diesel, compost, and of course some pig food. And once we get going on the harvesting contracts, we'll talk about a few more things, some comments that were made last episode, and some more suggestions, what have you. And some other things I've also found out as well. I know I'm backing up here with Courseplay. That's not a good thing, but we are pretty much done with that. Let's turn that off. We'll turn that off. Let's go ahead and pop this away here. Where do I want to put this? In front of... I'm going to need all that stuff here kind of shortly, so I think I'm going to leave this mower package outside just for now. How about that? I'll pop that there. And we'll just pop that there. This needs to go on the trailer. Yeah, Francine stopped. She couldn't figure out all that backing up and turning around that I did. But this needs to go onto the trailer. And I'll turn that off for now. Go ahead and grab the case. Or sorry, not the case, the class. Not a case. Although I could use a, I haven't used a case tractor in a long time. It's another brand I could be getting myself into using. Francine missed a few spots here and there. Let me go around and pick those on up. Well, I couldn't quite get a full bale out of this, but that's fine. Eventually, we'll get a bale out of it one way or another. My baling trailer is down here. Let's go around and pick up the straw bales, get them off the field before the rain hits in a couple of hours. And we'll sell them to the biomass heating plant. I don't think I'm going to get a full trailer of bales off the field, but you never know. Is this turned on or off? I think it's turned off. I don't want to pick up the silage bales yet. Silage bales can stay there. That's fine. And let's see, I'm going to have to reset the trailer because I haven't used it yet since I logged in, so it's going to do that. So it's going to be... And then reset and then activate. There we go, we're all set. Yeah, hoping for a full trailer. So I think I talked about maybe putting barley in this field here. And when I mean this field, we're going to merge these two fields together. So that's why I didn't want to put the mower away, because I'm going to need the plow to take care of the centerpiece. And of course, we need a stone picker to get the stones up that we plowed up. And then we need my soil sampler just to take the samples in between. So everything in that shed I pretty much need. Just for this little section right here. Yeah, so I did go ahead and test a few things on my test map on East Vineland. And I always thought it was like 800,000 for the silo that I wanted. Well, that would be for the big silo. And I don't think I need the big silo. So we could actually get a silo down here a lot sooner than I thought. It's going to be like still 160 some odd $1,000, but it will hold 2,000 liters, so that's pretty good. And I was testing it to make sure it took the odd stuff, so like cut sugar beet. It takes pig food. The only thing I didn't test was compost, but overall I think we're fine. But I did notice on the fuel refinery, I was kind of worried about when we started doing sugar beet that, I'm going to have to find some place to store the sugar beet, because you get a lot of sugar beet off a field, but that can hold 1 million liters of cut sugar beet in the fuel refinery, so I think that should be able to hold a field if we were decided to start to do that anytime soon. But I still would like a silo here just to go ahead and store stuff. Got to make it look like a farm, We are using the grain mill down by the store to We are going to transform all that into flour, but I'm kind of using it as a silo currently. I may keep some grain in there for the chickens just to be sure. So say like we got maybe 6,000 liters of wheat. I'll just keep the wheat in there and then take everything else and turn that into flour. I don't know the stats in the grain mill currently, but I'm just giving an example. I think we do have maybe it's sorghum in there. Whatever low total is in there, we're going to keep that as a grain for the chickens because I don't want to buy any grain if I don't have to. Yeah, so I'm going to have just about a full trailer. And I think we are going to spread lime in all of our fields once harvest season is over next month. I'm thinking our canola field will be ready next month. 31 bales. Perfect. Let's go over to the grain mill. Let's go over to the bioheating plant. We'll sell these straw bales. Like I said, we should get about $10,000, $11,000 for them. So that'll get us above $200,000 for a short time anyways. Actually, what's our environmental score looking like? I keep forgetting it's changed quite a bit because we're buying all these fields. 89%, so that's not too bad. And I get them all in the trigger. I did. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a lot better than I thought it would be. So 13 and a half, like 15 grand. That's pretty darn good. All right, since I do have the trailer attached to a tractor and we're in it, might as well go right on back and pick up those silage bales. Or technically right now, they're just grass bales that are fermenting. Let's go pick those up off the grass field. And we'll go put that into the pile. And then, then we'll head on down to the store, make a purchase. The combine is already down at the store to pick up the corn sunflower header. And then we'll get to work on some of those contracts. Since our grass fields are getting smaller and smaller, not going to get as many bales as we did before. If I can get 20 off the field right now, I'd be happy. It's just that when January rolls around, we're not going to have the great sale that we have for the last couple of years. Didn't get as lucky on the contracts for the grass fields this year. And we've lost about maybe, for every harvest that we do in our own grass field, the other field did about maybe 5 bales, maybe 6. And I think I've lost maybe like 3 or 4 here. So we'll just say about 10 bales per harvest. And when you're doing 3 harvests here, that's 30 less bales on our own grass field. But we're making money elsewhere, so that's all good. Well, there's 20 bales, so it's still doing pretty darn good. Okay, so I didn't lose as many bales as I thought it would by putting in a wider road down to the barns. So 25 bales still. That's not too bad. Although we are trying to maintain our fields as best we can with the crop rotation. Of course, crop rotation in the grass field is just going to be grass after grass after grass. But we are keeping up with the lime and the fertilizing as best as we can also. So all the ones over here, those piles, those are all fermented. These 3 are probably fermented as well, but I'm going to pick them up and stack them with this pile here. Okay, we'll just drop those right there. And then turn this around, and I'm going to get away from all the bales in case I activate the auto loader. I don't want to start loading up bales. So we'll park this over onto our field. I think I just pulled out in front of a red car, which I did. I'll just go ahead and park this right here. All right, let's go into the store. Let's go right... Oh, before I do... No, nothing. Ooh, hello. That's not too bad. Nothing I really need, but it's a nice little piece of equipment. Corn headers, that's what we're going in. Just going all the way down. Getting the Capello one because it's 12 meter wide and it does, of course, corn and sunflowers. So we're going to go in here, and we are going to change the color because it's going to look terrible if I leave it red. But they don't have a New Holland yellow here. Kind of weird. So John Deere yellow, I guess. And it's going to cost us, there we go, you can kind of see it now. $125 base cost, $5,000 because I changed the color to yellow. That's an expensive paint job for something that's going to peel off in a while. $130,000, let's go ahead and buy that outright, of course. Alright, so now I just need to look at the map. Which fields am I doing here? Anything close down to the store? Field 17 will be the first one I think we'll do. And Field 11 are both sunflowers. So, I'm going to bring the T8 down there with a trailer right off. And I'll meet you down at the store, grab our combine and the sunflower header, and we'll get to work. Well, they almost put the sunflower corn header right in front of our combine. See, how close are these yellow colors here? Let me unfold it here to see how it looks. Yeah, it's off a little bit. I mean, a JCB yellow probably be closer. We'll leave that as is for now. Let me fold that back up because I won't be able to get to the gate otherwise. I guess I could have painted it black on black. That would have been fine. Let me go ahead and put the beacons on because I'm going into the road. Ooh, wow, I better get off the road as soon as I can here. Now, let me go around this way so the traffic won't be in the way. Let's just scooch on down this way. So we're still sitting at $81,000 after buying the header, so that's pretty darn good. And yeah, my quick math showed about what, $35,000, $40,000 worth of contracts we're doing here. Now I don't have to worry about, you know, which one to lease it on. Contracts, you know, I can collect them when we're done. Oops, did not see. I was like, what am I hitting? Yeah, you're hitting a small little pine tree. That's right there. Alright, so in testing, the header was fine. So the only thing I'm concerned about, if you follow me on No Man's Land, we bought this same header with the ideal, I think, was it a PT9 or, it's been a while. Yeah, that combine had some trouble running this header. Until I got the Class Lexi in, then it ran fine. Fingers crossed that the amount of horsepower that we got is good here. So far it seemed okay. The RPMs seem to be about right, I think. Now, the good thing is if we don't have enough horsepower, we do have the option to upgrade this by like 125, 150 horsepower more if we need it. But if we don't, we don't. So, yeah, getting back to some comments and some suggestions in the past couple of episodes anyways. One comment, I don't have the comments in front of me, just remember them. I don't remember who left the comments, but you'll know if it's yours or not. Am I going to upgrade the trailer to accommodate the new, bigger combine? Eventually, yes. But the trailer that we got can actually hold like a combine and a half. So it's not like the trailer we have is, say, like 15,000 liters and the combine holds 23,500. So I mean, as long as you can put a full combine into a trailer, you're okay, as far as I'm concerned. And most of the fields, I don't think we're going to get an extreme amount, but yeah, in the future, we're going to have a truck and a nice trailer to throw the grain into as well. Now, as for the elephant in last episode, which was the elephant, the header that we're using, the bean header, the 60-foot header. So yeah, for a couple of comments, and they agreed, and I think I even mentioned in last episode that that header is way too big for that field. Well, yes, it is. But we're planning for the future of getting bigger fields, which we are slowly doing. So I don't want to just keep slowly upgrading the harvester and the header and then have to trade in a year because the header is too small. So yeah, that header is, oversized for that field. best for the future of the farm, I think it's going to fit in fine. Now, the other thing that, of course, we had issues with is some people were saying, you know, that's not a flex head header. Well, according to the mod, it is. But also in the mod, it says, well, see, let me get the wording right here. Let me reread that just to make sure I got it right. All right, so this is reading directly from the mod itself on the Giants mod hub, because, you know, some people said, well, it's a rigid header, and a couple people just said, you know, they have issues with the 60-foot header. But reading right from the mod description, and the author is custom modding for the Honeybee header. It says the future of flex headers features sensors and air suspension and allows headers to shave the ground, picking up more of your peas, lentils, and soybeans. So it says right there it's a flex header, but if you keep on reading on down, let's see, where is it? Switch from flex to ridge mode with a push of a button. So it's a flex head and a rigid head. So I did some testing. I put the header back on this combine, and I brought up the help menu to see, is there a button I push to make it a rigid to a flex head or vice versa? And I did not see one. So I went into the store to see if it was an option I had to buy there, and the only thing I could see, and let me show you what we might be doing to our header later on. I don't know if that's what we need to be doing. So I will show you just, let's see, this would be the one we got right here. Height control, $7,000. So is that what I need to add to it? The height control, is that going to make it more of a flex head and give me the option to be a flex head or a rigid head? I'm not too sure. So, yeah, it's only going to cost $7,000, so it's not too bad. So maybe before we go harvest our canola, but that is a very flat field, I may not have any issues, we'll purchase the height controller to see if that makes any difference. But I haven't harvested that field before with that header, so I'm not too sure. Did I harvest that last year? No, I don't think I had the header last year. No, we just really got this year. So I didn't harvest it with that header last year, so I don't know if there's any dead spots, if you will. So to say it's a rigid header, and some said, yes, it is a flex header, I think you're both right, because the mod description said, with a push of a button, go from a flex head to a rigid head, or, you know. So it's like, okay, so I got to push a button? What button? Or maybe is this the option, I got to put the height control on the header, and that makes it into a flex header. I'm not sure. So if that is the case, then technically right now our header is a rigid header, not a flex header. Anywho, we'll see how that works out. But so far what's working out is this header on our combine. It seems to be doing okay, but I'm not going up any hills or anything. But East Vineland doesn't really have any hills like No Man's Land. And No Man's Land has hills, but not like other maps either. But East Vineland is relatively flat. No Man's Land has a couple of hills here and there, which is where we had issues with that combine. The Ideal PT9, I think it was. So far, this combine's doing everything it needs to do. Now, for the extra sunflowers that we get off these contracts, I could feed it to the chickens, but the chickens technically, even though it says they require sunflower, I don't need to give them sunflower to get it to 100% productivity on the chickens, so I may just go ahead and sell it. We'll have to see. By the time I finish all these contracts, it won't be all this episode. I'll probably do a few of the contracts in between episodes. But by the time we finish all these contracts today, we will have enough money to buy the lot of land behind the barn, the garage, to expand and put down a bigger barn in the future. But technically, I don't need it currently. For all the equipment we got spaces for everything to be parked. So I could hold on to the money, wait for something to come up for sale that we're looking for, or save up for the meat market, or what have you. Just taking it as we go. And sometimes, though, you just want to buy something just because, well, you want to buy something. So it could be I'm in a buying mood next time. It's like, you know what? We really don't need this yet. But who cares? I want to splurge a little bit, buy us something, and expand the farm a little bit. Because sometimes by putting down another shed here or there where you wanted to, you can kind of see a vision of like, oh, now I would like to. Now I know where I'd rather put the saddle over here, or I'd rather put a shed over here instead of there. Will kind of come together. Yeah, so getting this 12 meter wide header, definitely better than what all the contracts were offering us. I did have a look at all the contracts that I accepted for harvesting, what they were offering to lease, and most of the time it was, you know, the biggest header in the game, base game, is a 9 meter wide. So this is 25% bigger. It's 25 or 33. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's 3 meter, so it's 33% bigger. Yeah. So that's going to get the job done quicker, and it's a header that, you know, we are definitely going to need on the farm. I don't know if I'll need it next year or not, because we don't have a planter to plant corn or sunflowers yet. But I would like to get into corn. That way we can make some cracked corn, and we can either sell the cracked corn. We don't need that much for the chickens, but getting into that business would be kind of nice. And also just having different crops to use is also kind of nice as well. It'll make our crop rotation a little bit easier to figure out sometimes. But sometimes it does say, well, corn will yield pretty good in the field if you did it this way. It's like, well, I can't do corn yet. We will knock out these fields kind of quickly. Forgot how many fields I took, like 6 of them. But we'll knock them out one at a time.
I promise I really tried to keep you away from my mind. And I tell you this ain't no lie, but I've done my best to find someone new to give all my time. But all I wanna do is rewind. Oh, I guess that I cannot hide the emotions left inside. I need to stop reminiscing. I still wanna make you feel alright when I'm not. I've been like this from the beginning. I just wanna make you feel alright when I'm not. I need to stop reminiscing. I just wanna make you feel alright when I'm not. I just wanna make you feel alright when I'm not. I still know you inside out. That is why you call me in the night. Oh, and these days when I'm not around, you've done your best to find someone new to give all your time. But all you wanna do is rewind. Oh, I guess that I cannot hide the emotions left inside. I need to stop reminiscing. I still wanna make you feel alright.
Kind of hoping I get the rest of the harvest into the combine. Not that it's going to matter too much, because I'm going to fill the trailer up and let it take 2 runs to wherever the sunflower needs to go for this contract. I have no idea where it needs to go, but it's got to go somewhere. And I'm kind of hoping it's going to go to our self-selling point, because that'd just be a short trip up the road. Or maybe it just goes to the supermarket that's right across the street. Where's that supermarket? There's a supermarket somewhere here. Maybe it's up the road a little bit more. That's the store, I do believe. So the supermarket's going to be like up the road a little bit. Anywho, just about done here. 1 field down, about 5 more to go. And kind of get our money back on this header that we just purchased. but not much of an issue with the horsepower that we have to run this sunflower header. So that's a good start. But then, like I said earlier, East Vineland is not a map with a lot of hills and stuff like that I won't have to worry too much about. So if it runs here, it should just about run anywhere. But I could in the future upgrade the engine in the combine if need be. I'll probably do it once we got a good amount of money and a good amount of everything that we need. I'll just upgrade it just to be sure. Because I am peeking into the red on the RPMs once in a while. So I don't know if getting a better engine would prevent that from happening as much. And we get these couple of stalks of sunflower that I missed here. Okay, that stock gave me no liters. Those two stocks gave me 2 liters. Looks kind of weird now with the long pipe on the combine when you're unloading with this header here, because you got so much room between the header and the trailer. When you're unloading, it's like, wow, I don't really need that big of a pipe, right? Yeah. You saw what it's like with the bean header. Alright, so while that's unloading, let's see where this load needs to go. Field 17. Grain sell point north. Okay, we can do that. Where is this one going? That's going to the north as well. Both of these are sunflower fields. I don't think I'll get it all in. How much? If I turn the details on. Yeah, they want 39,600 liters to be delivered. And I think this holds 37,000 liters. So I'm going to be a little bit short for one trip. Put the cover over that so the wind doesn't blow anything away. Not that it does, but try to be more immersive here. Alright, let's head up to the North Grain Sell Point and make the first delivery of sunflowers for this field. I will come back, gather the rest, we'll go deliver it, so I can at least collect on this contract here. Alright, first full load here. Actually, it may not even take it, so it is taking it for Field 17. I was ready to say, it could actually could take the contract for Field 11, so... Alright, so it did take it for Field 17. It's actually taking it for the contract I'm doing. That's a change. Now let's hope at the second trip up here it will take it and complete the contract in 17 instead of just taking it for field number 11, because this is where field number 11 it needs to come as well. Any extra that I got, I'm just going to dump it on in here because, you know, it's going to need it for field 11 anyways. There we go. Field number 17 is complete and 9% transport for field number, field number 17 done. 9% transport field number 11. And now we got a 15% discount with Zach Durham. Did it say? Didn't quite see it fast enough. Let's come over here. Completed for $6,305. Let's collect on that. So that leaves me with 5 contracts. Where's that one going? That goes to I'll Take It. That is corn going to the farm shop north. That's going to the cereal factory. And that's going to the oil mill. So I'm basically delivering the last 5 set of crops I got to different locations. So nothing's going to be duplicated. This will be the next field I do off cam. I'll do that one there. So see what I get done in between episodes. Yeah, the baling contracts, that's all hay. Cultivating contracts, you know, maybe I'll lease equipment here, like something like this, and get Frank to go on and do some of those while I'm doing harvesting contracts. You can take maybe the John Deere and his cultivator and bring me in somewhere around 6, 7, about 10 grand. That'd be kind of nice. Fertilize, I could do that as well. We shall see here. We shall see. A lot of sugar beet and potato harvest going on. But I got my own contracts to do. I'm not going to take any more for me to do. But like I said, the cultivating ones, Maybe I'll get Frank to go out and do those, or Francine, or whoever. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in East Vineland. But until then, have a good one.